This poem is The Negro Mother by Langston Hughes. And my history is when I was in the 8th grade, I had only had one white teacher, and her name was Mrs. White. And she taught the enrichment class, which just means the smart kids that got pulled out. And I was in the enrichment class. And one of her assignments to us 8th graders was to find a poem by one of these black poets, writers, authors, and memorize it. And we had, for the first time in my life, complete control over what we chose. So I went through and I chose The Negro Mother. Now, I learned this poem word for word in the 8th grade. I had never had a child in my life, but this is the poem I chose. And very important, she approved it. She supported me. She thought it was wonderful. And I was, I'm sure I chose it because in part, I was defiant. I wanted to know, what was this white woman going to say if I delivered this poem? Like, I knew I could, but of course I was going to shock her because she didn't know. So I did this poem, and I know I was very angry in my delivering, but that's what I was when I was 13, when it came to racist views. All right, so I'm relearning this poem because it's good for me cognitively. And I realize that young people need to know this information, so I might deliver it differently. Since I was 13, I have done the vagina monologues, which has taken what women have said about their experiences and just redone those monologues on the stage. And if I take this poem and deliver it as though it were a monologue by the woman involved in the poem, it might be different. So I might say, instead of saying, children, I come back today. I might say, to be more relevant, I might say, yo, you know, listen up. I came back today because there's something I want to tell you. There's a story. And it's a long, dark way. A way that I had to climb, that I had to know in order that the race might live and grow. Look at my face, dark as the night, yet shining like the sun with love's true light. I am the child they stole from the sand 300 years ago in Africa's land. I am the dark child who came across the sea, carrying in my body the seed of the free. I am the woman who worked in the fields, bringing the cotton and corn to yield. I am the one who labored as a slave. I was beaten and mistreated for the work that I gave. Children sold away from me. Husbands sold too. No safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years ago in the deepest South. But God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like steel in my soul. Now, through my children, I'm reaching my goal. Now, through my children, young and free, I realize the blessings deed to me. I couldn't read then. I couldn't write. I had nothing back then, there in the night. Sometimes the valley was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through the lonely years. Sometimes the road was hot with sun, but I had to keep on till my work was done. I had to keep on. No stopping for me. I was the seed of the coming free. I nourished the dream that nothing could smother deep in my breast, the Negro mother.